drink. It's Smash Madness. You know it's Smash Madness. You know that it's
just what this is in my head all day. I can't. It's Smash Madness all day. I can't help. I had to play it because it's been playing in my head all day, and I love it so much. Hopefully, I don't get a copyright strike from the Shelf Turds, because what a catchy song! Smash Madness, you know it's Smash Madness. Like, it's brilliant. David's brilliant. What a good guy. What a smart guy. What a catchy bugger. Hey, if you're not subscribed to Shelf Turds, you better be, because they're doing a tournament and it's Smash Madness. And geez Louise, they get stuff stuck in my head like crazy, like you wouldn't believe. Absolutely insane. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining me here on Friday. Let me know, how does this sound? New microphone. So we'll see. We'll see how it sounds. You gotta let me know. I want to say hi to everybody here in chat. DC's in the house. The Roop. He's claiming that there's some tomfoolery happening, and who knows? Maybe there's only 3 subscribers. There could be. Gary Franchi, Anthony, Matt Junak. Welcome to Top Taster. Thank you, Matt. Justin Jenkins, John Baker. Hey, from Cat's Eye. How's it going, John? Haven't talked to you before. My name's Matt. Welcome to ADHD Whiskey. I talk to Gene all the time, but John, nice to see you in chat. Bev Porter, that's my mama. Mom, I love you. Thank you for watching me every week, making sure I'm on my best behavior. Appreciate it. Todd Trent, Mike Cullerton, Wendy Miller. Hi, Wendy. SG Flying. Hi, how are you? I got your message. It's all taken care of. We're so good there. Kilco, Travis Coakley. John Hurst. I think I already said John Hurst. It's hard to remember. It's just difficult. But I'm excited. Tonight's a big night. Chris is in. Chris Zalencia is in his house. Let me make sure that I gotta scroll down because I don't know if my audio is working well. And if it doesn't sound good or even audible, then I better rethink some stuff here. Let's see. Sounds good. Thanks, Roger D. That's the first one. Boom. Nailed it. Thank you, everybody, for being in chat. Tonight is a big night. Well, I mean, we're celebrating it tonight. Yesterday, we rolled over 15,000 subscribers, or the day before. One of the two. Maybe the day before. Rolled over 15K. Like, what the heck? And then hit 1 million views on YouTube. 1 million views. That's a lot. I can't. That's a weird number to me. So incredibly cool, super, super neat. And tonight it's like it's like milestone after milestone for weird stuff. Tonight, this flight I'm doing tonight, I'm going to explain to you in a couple minutes what I'm doing. And it is something that is incredibly cool. Something that is super, super crazy. So just want to say thank you for everybody just hanging out all the time and just being a part of this journey and this ride. And this is just so much fun. And I appreciate the heck out of each and every one of you. So I'll say thank you 400 more times before we get down to business. Whiskey Central's in the house. Hey, Shayla, how are you? Cletus Sutton says, love the fresh haircut. I got it done yesterday because I looked like the Harry and the Hendersons guy and not the dad, the Sasquatch. I looked like the Sasquatch. Why is my phone buzzing? What's up with you? What's your problem? Oh, the Ultimate Fighting Championship thinks they can send me notifications during my live stream. How about you don't do that? Oh, jerks. Silly fighting people. Mark Bond is in the house. Whiskey Mountains, a.k.a. Adrian. How are you? Sugar Kitty. Brian Calfee. Emily Chambers. Hi, Emily. Young Pai Chang. I need to I didn't get any addresses for the Hancock samples, but I will track those folks down and we'll get them to you for sure. Todd Trent, thank you so much. For the 15K and 1 million views, you're the man. Todd Trent, thank you. You're the man, Todd Trent. Appreciate the heck out of you. Snack Rock, so it's like a bomb. Okay. He's got, is he saying that I'm the bomb? Or is he saying I'm a ticking time bomb? Either one could be true. Either one. Hey, Wise Guy Whiskey Guys in the house. What's up, Stu? Says the channel's blowing up. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Ernie Brewbaker, the Brewbaker maker himself, in chat. Ernie, nice to see you. JG, Hank Butts, Lava Man, Julie L, friggin' Julie, the Jewelster, the Jewelstress. How the heck are you? Oh, I'm the bomb. Okay. Or I'm a bowling ball with some sort of like tassel on it. That's also true. Hey, Whiskey Samurai, how are you? Ben Durr's in the house. Amy Bohm, what's going on? This is going to be a fun night. I'm going to tell you why in a second. I don't even. This is just a really neat thing that I'm doing, and that I don't know. Hopefully a lot of you can enjoy it at some point, and that's a hint. Pretty cool. Hey, B Sims, congrats on 15K. Love your style. Love your moves, man. Thank you, B Sims. Appreciate you. You're the best. You need World's Top Whiskey Taster emojis. I might just steal Dan and Sean's. They got a good one. Gene Nassif is in the house. Gene from Cat's Eye Distillery. There's a couple people from Cat's Eye in here. That's weird. So kind of strange. Weird. Huh? Kind of weird. Hey, Joseph Horton, $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I put the sass in Sasquatch. Oh, yeah. That's true. It's funny. That made me laugh. That's a good one. I like that. I'm going to steal it. It's mine now. Taking it. Gary says, tonight's going to be so much fun. You smash the like button now. Yeah, hit the like button. Do it. Friggin' do it. So Trev pre-gamed here. Thank you, Trev. If you guys aren't following the Bourbon Wrench, if you're not subscribed, you better be. Better go subscribe to Trev. He's the man, and I appreciate the heck out of that guy. He does a lot of cool stuff for the community, and he deserves all the subscriptions, all of them. Dave Rose says, congratulations. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate the super chat. We are doing a giveaway tonight, just to let you know. Hopefully there's somebody in the chat who can keep track of it. If not, then I'll figure it out later. But we have a couple cool things that are new to me, and then one thing that's not new yet, but will be new, that will be part of the giveaway. That doesn't make any sense. And why should it? It'll all make sense in a minute, I promise. So I just got set up with some glassware, and I know Trev just gave away glasses on his stream, but guess what? I had it planned too. So you can win some more glassware. You have the winners tonight. There'll be 4 winners of glassware, and the 4 winners can each pick a glass. I have Kenzie's and Glen's. The only thing I'm selling right now are one type of Glen because I don't have the store set up. When I have a store set up, you'll be able to choose some stuff. But my patrons voted on which glassware they wanted first, and they said they wanted the ADHD logo on a Glen. So that's what I'm selling on my Patreon right now. But the winners of tonight can pick one of these 4. These are the Glens, boom, 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 the ADHD whiskey logo, and then the World's Top Whiskey Taster matte logo. Those are the Glens you can pick from, or the Kenzie's. Same logo on a Kenzie. And those Kenzie's are adorable. And by adorable, I mean, look at the curves. They're beautiful. So nice looking. I like them a lot. I like them. Let's see here. What else? Oh, geez Louise. There's so much to get to. But what I think I want to talk about here in a second is what we're doing tonight. I know we're celebrating. It's a fun time. I wanted to pour something to calibrate. I used the man's image in the thumbnail. I felt bad. So when I was up north, I grabbed this bottle out of the trunk of my Corolla that's been in the trunk for over a year. That's proper fucking 12. How does it taste after a year in the trunk? About to find out. Island or something. How's it good pop? It's got a little bit of something in it. Can't hurt it, right? Last time I drank this was not this last Christmas, but the Christmas before it. And I saw that Conor McGregor just like got bought out of his majority share in Proper 12. So I figured, hey, why not just, talk about it tonight? Okay, we have, Travis Coakley, $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Travis. This smells kind of good. What's up with me tonight? This smells kind of nice. If you have a Proper 12, maybe you just need to store it in a trunk for a year. Let's taste it. I don't hate it. Honestly, I think I don't know. Did I put something else in there? Maybe I put something else in there. I don't know. I thought it was going to be bad. That's actually not bad. Whatever. Amy Bone, thank you for the super chat. Congrats. Trev got us all Shay Lammert. Nice. Way to go, Trev. Thank you, Roger D, for the super chat for the WTWT. SG Flying High, thank you so much, Sherry. Congrats and cheers. Thank you. Lava Man, pre-newness. I'm down. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what it is. And we'll talk about that in just a second. I double promise. Abby Whoinks. I think she probably is a tattooist, if that's a word. I'm famous, super famous. I am on the Mount Rushmore in my home, but barely. Joe F., thank you for the super chat. Give us an okay bugger. What the heck is that? Or son of a bitch tonight. Or all three. Oh, I will. There's definitely going to be some. We're probably going to get a few of those. For sure. I said okay bugger. I can't even read. It's an okie bugger. We probably won't have many okie buggers tonight. But that's all right. John Reese, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, sup, Matt? New cut, looking fresh. Yeah, I went to Great Clips yesterday, and for the first time in a long time, not disappointed. The last time I went to Great Clips before this was in Kentucky, and the lady who cut my hair, she was like, this is my first day. And I'm like, that's fine. Everybody, I get it. People move from job to job. And then she sat me in her chair and began performing, follicle surgery on my head. And then 10 minutes in, she was just nonstop talking too. Please focus. I have a big competition tomorrow. And she was just talking. And then she couldn't find anything at all. And she was like, I'm so sorry. I haven't cut hair in a long time. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. It's your first day. You haven't. And then she asked me how she's like, do you think I should do this first? And I was like, I have no idea. Lady, I'm not cutting it. You're cutting it. So do it. Cut it good. She did all right for her first day, I would say. But Great Clips. You never know what you're going to get. Kind of like Forrest Gump said. Oh, Matt Junek says, those Kensies are glorious. Yeah, they're beautiful. They're beautiful. Can't wait. Dan L's in the house. What's going on, Dan? Thank you for joining us. Whiskey Wiggle, how are you doing? I'm already behind in chat. Jeez Louise. I'm super slow. Slacky Mac, that's a pretty sweet name and fun to say. Ooh, loves me some World Top Whiskey Taster Glens. Quickest low altitude pour I've seen you do. Yeah, it's just not exciting, right? I only get, weirdly enough, not a terrible tattoo artist. No, it's a tattooist for short. Jeff Meager, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says, finally opened my Redbreast 12-year. 27 year. Whoa. It doesn't say 12. That's crazy. It's awesome. I bet. It's got to be, right? I mean, is a Proper 12 good? It tastes like apples. It tastes like friggin' apples. Apple a day, right? An apple a day. Nicholas Jones, thank you so much for the super chat. Says congrats on 15K. Appreciate the heck out of you. Appreciate the heck out of all of you. And I'm scrolling. Jay Hamilton says the last cut he had, the lady really accentuated his receding hairline. Very appreciative. Right? Yeah, that's exactly right, Adam. Adam's like, great clips is Russian roulette. Cost cutters, great clips. They're kind of in the same boat. But I feel like, okay, hear me out. I think that if you go to cost cutters, you're asking for it because it literally says like cost cutters, or like you kind of figure that they're gonna like not. It's but great clips in the title, in their name, it says that it's great, which should be great if they're going to advertise it as such. Brian Pulver, thank you so much. Congrats on over 15K. Glad you knew that scared money don't make money. I was going to get there tonight, but you stole it from me. That's all right, though. It's okay. What's up, Richard Rose? How are you? Whiskey Dictionary's in the house. Hey, Bill. How the heck is Bill doing? Friggin' Bill. Ethan Friedman, thank you so much. COVID cuts over here. Number 3's all around. I did that for a while. Carissa, my wife, actually buzzed my head on the live stream. She shaved her down. Things we used to do. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to do that to get her back on a stream with me one night. Hey, Greg Narr. Matt, me and Jen say hello. Looking tight, by the way. I province the K? The heck does that mean? I mean, I like it. That could be my tagline. But I'm not. Oh, I pronounce the K. Oh. See how slow I am? Do I not pronounce the N then? Greg Carr. Greg Canar. Greg Kaner. Greg Kaner. Greg Canar. We'll go with Canar because that's what makes the most sense at this point. Greg, Jen, thank you so much. The Canars are in the house. Common Sense says, love the content. Congrats on 15K. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you're here because typically I'm without common sense and you are available tonight. If I need a lifeline, I'll call out to you. Curiosity Public, congrats on 15K. Thank you so much. If you guys aren't subscribed to Curiosity Public, you better be. The Bourbon Guild themselves in the house. And then Shane Long says, what the heck? Where's the friggin' glitter beer? Love you, buddy. That's probably never going to happen again. Ever. So, Gene from Cat's Eye Distillery. Let's see here. It was probably a little over a year ago. Gene reached out to me and was like, hey, I want to send you some samples. And I was like, what? Who? I mean, all right. I had under 1,000 subscribers and nobody had ever said that they wanted to send me something from a distillery or from anywhere that actually produced whiskey before. And I said yes. And then he sent me these samples and I really enjoyed them. And there's like an Obtanium light whiskey in there and a Polish rye and then something else too. What the heck was it? It was something weird but delicious. But anyway, so after that, we just continued to talk. And then like one day I just said, hey, Gene, I'd like to do like a barrel pick or something of your light whiskey or a rye or whatever you got. That'd be cool to like put a sticker on it and, like a barrel pick, right? I've never done one. And he said, yeah, we'll figure something out. And Bourbon Baller is interrupting my story with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Bourbon Baller. Congrats, Matt. Thanks for keeping the bourbon community going. I keep going. The bourbon community would go with or without me, for sure. But I'm happy to be along for the ride. Absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. Kentucky corn whiskey, that's what it was. It was it was like a really high proof corn whiskey, or I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, we've been talking for a while, and old man Joe, $5 super chat. Thank you. Congrats on 15K. The OMJ are silent. I like that. That's good. That's a good one. Friggin' love that. Mark Lammer says, send me some Obtanium light whiskey, please. Lol. It's not that hard to find on the old internets. It's not. You can actually, I think you can get it from a couple different places. Haskell's maybe, and I can't remember where else, but Haskell's for show. But anyway, so we're just chatting back and forth with Gene, and he's like, we'll do something cool one of these days. And it's gonna be a barrel pick or something. And we started talking about, this was like actually a long time ago, back when we were in Connecticut. We were talking about like potentially doing some sort of like some collaboration blend with, you know, them and me and maybe some other whiskey tubers. But with COVID and everything, it just never happened. And then recently he reached out and Gene was like, if you still want to do something, how about you just, instead of doing a pick, you just do a blend of some stuff, and we'll make it, you know, it'll be like, we can just like kind of like a barrel pick, but instead it's like an actual a blend for them. And I was like, hell's yes, that's exactly what I'd love to do. So I'm in like a really cool place right now where in the future I see myself like maybe like doing this maybe for a career at some point, like maybe when I'm 70, I don't know, but I love that. And it's so much fun. And like for him to offer that opportunity is incredible for many reasons. First of all, it's like, I want to see what I can come up with. Second of all, I'd like to like offer something like that to a lot of people. And I think that there's going to be enough of it to go around, hopefully. And also, like, I have this blend with Bardstown Bourbon Company coming up that I'm doing in a couple months. And like, I'm learning a lot. So by the time I get to there, I'm going to have more knowledge, more like I've got something like stuff happening and going and working. And then, so hopefully this, whatever comes out of this is incredible. And hopefully it helps me when I go to Bardstown Bourbon Company and do that blend with Steve Nally. Hopefully this experience like creates an even cooler, like better experience for me there because I've already done a little bit of it. So it's just super cool. So thank you, Gene and John, for just like letting this happen. It's so cool. So super cool. Heck yeah. If I say anything that's incorrect, just correct me. But what I did, Gene sent me a few boxes like this, and they have a product. It's called Nassif Family Reserve, and it's an American whiskey. It's basically light whiskey, rye whiskey, and bourbon whiskey. It's a blend, and it's really good, and it's relatively inexpensive, and it's just like it's bottled at 107 proof, and it's a real solid whiskey. And then that is what I am blending right now, is that product. It's a blend of light whiskey from MGP, MGP 4-year bourbon and MGP 4-year rye. And he kind of just was like, do what you want with it. So what I'm doing tonight is I put together 6 different blends of their light rye and bourbon. And then I had to like relearn math and figure out how to proof it down. But I did. I proofed them all down to 107 proof because I'm so smart. Like, I did that. Did I use some help on the internet? Yeah. But I figured it out. I felt like, oh gosh, I wonder what scientists like NASA feel. I felt like I was in NASA. I'm like, oh, I just figured this out all by myself. And then I told my wife, I was like, I figured this out. And she was like, good for you, baby. And I was like, do you want to know how I did it? And she was like, not really. And I was like, I get that. But I figured it out. Hey, Joe John 24, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Hey, Stay Society's in the house. Appreciate you being in here. I missed a bunch of stuff. Well, there we go. A little drink of water. I'm not used to talking so much. I'm used to drinking. But big news is fun. This is a lot of fun. So I blended these together, like with the percentages, like whatever. I've got it all written down. So there's 6 different ones. I proofed them all to 107. Haven't even smelled them yet. Like I poured them in like little glasses, and you're going to see my first experience smelling them, and we'll see if any of them are worth their, the ingredients are really good, so there's a very good chance that they're going to be good. But I'm learning, so also a chance that out of 6 of them, I could have screwed them all up. We'll see for sure. Charles Hilger, or Heilger, or if the L is silent, Charles Heiger says, congrats on 15K. Thank you so much. Geez, I didn't even read it. It's a soft G, since that seems to be the theme. You rock. Love Optanium. Thank you, Charles Hilger. It's a soft G. Hilg, right? G is soft. Because nobody would say Charles Hilger unless I said it. J is hard. G is soft, I would imagine. Wow, we're relearning math and English on the same day. It's the same day. Freedom says Mash Madness. It's Mash Madness. That's just a good song. Stuck in my head. Wise Guy Whiskey Guy has a 6-year barrel pick from the Puncher's Chance 111 proof Bardstown juice. Awesome. Where the heck did you find that at? Science the heck out of it. Oh, Gene, thank you. That's good. He says, we're not fancy or scientific. My kids are like, what are you working on? And I'm like, I'm busy. I'm working with numbers. Okay, let's be totally honest. I almost put out an SOS on the internet, but then I took a deep breath and I was like, you can figure this out. I was trying to figure out how to proof something that, let's say you have 60% of 100 proof and then 25% of 120 proof and then 25% of 130 proof. I was like, how do you figure out the proof of the whole thing? Then I figured it out. So I figured it out hard and great. And when I did that, I think that might have been the highlight of my morning when I realized that I could do it. Those 6 years of college paid off, for sure. Daniel says, you really have wedged a place for yourself into the whiskey world. Weird, right? It's really cool. I'm super excited, but also weird. It's fantastic to see someone progress from fan to profession. It's not a profession. I mean, this is kind of what I do for a living. It's just talk to a camera. But it's super fun. I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's been a short period of time, too. Yeah, only 16 months since I started the channel, so it's accelerated quickly. I never knew that this much mass could move that fast. But again, science and incredible science. Greg Knar says, name and spelling shamed on my favorite YouTube channel. What? I hate my ancestors. What Smith was taken? Oh, what Smith was taken? Oh. Name shamed? No, heck no. Greg Knar. Love it. Love it. All right, we're going to get in this flight here. DC says, love you, dude. I love you, DC. You're the best. Hey, Stephen Holtzclaw's in the house. Trev Wilson's hanging on by a thread, but still here. I agree, T-Hutch. With the proofing thing, 107 to 115 being a sweet spot. And it's also in a lot of people's wheelhouse. Barrel strength isn't exactly in everyone's sweet spot. And also 80 proof stuff is just not fun to drink. Sorry, it's not. Funny thing though is I've never proofed anything down before. So I didn't want to taste these at barrel strength because I didn't want to think it tasted like something it didn't taste like. So that's why added the water because I wanted it to be, kind of a real experience. Dave Rose, you're the reason I gave Obtainium a chance and it didn't disappoint. Heck no. Some people won't enjoy it, but the vast majority of people will love it, for sure. There's different Obtainiums though. There's light whiskey and there's the Polish rye, but everything I've had is always delicious. An awful lot of science is 5th grade math. Do that and the world will be amazed. Thanks, Doug, for the $10 super chat. And I think you're making fun of me. Can't tell. But thank you for the super chat. So I have 6. Some of them they're all different. They're all different blends, from very high light whiskey with like moderate rye and then low bourbon, all the way to like high rye, moderate light whiskey, low bourbon. Like I went all over the place with it because I thought I knew what I would like the most, but then again, I have no idea. And so I had to do it all. So that's what we're doing. Super chat won't let me send $20, but you're worth every bit of it. Will they let you send most of it? Thank you so much, Paul. Awesomeness. Ethan says, glad 6 years of college worked out. Now you don't have to join the Peace Corps. That's right. So what I did is I've got all the blends written down, and then I labeled them all so I know which one is which. But then I mixed them all up and then relabeled them. So it's blind. I don't know which one. I've got no premeditated. Is that right? Probably not. But we're gonna. Oh my God! I almost knocked them all over. That would have been a really kind of funny but terrible thing. Oh, my shoulder's all broken, falling apart. Math is fun. 10 plus 5K equals 15K. That's right. Cletus, thank you so much for that. And then Jay Hamilton. Okay. This is nerve-wracking. What if I did a terrible job? All the light whiskeys were really, really good. The ryes were all good. Some of them were kind of funky, but at least one of them was funky, but still good. Then the bourbons were like 4-year-old MGP. It's all good. So it can't be bad, right? Unless the water did something. My toilet water I put in it. Oh, Jay Hamilton says, I deserve 150K. Thanks to you and your community for getting me through some tough times over the past year. Dude, thank you for getting me through tough times. Jay Hamilton, you're the one to thank here. Do you do voice work? Your voice has a calming effect, or is it 132 proof bourbon in my glass? Probably the bourbon. Probably the bourbon berry. All right. Here we go. Oh, this must be one of the high rye ones. I like that. Okay. It's MGP rye, so 95.5 rye. And that's my jam. I love high rye. I also love mixing high rye with light whiskey. It's amazing. It's a real good thing. It gets like really sweet, and then also keeps a lot of the spice from the rye. I didn't know what was going to happen when you water it, down to the 107 though. That's the question. But on the nose, glass 1 is the winner. Boom. Let's bottle it. Let's freaking bottle it. Just off the nose. Thank you, Doug. Says, not making fun. Most of the world looks at it that way. And then Greg Kinnar comes back with do you have an OnlyFans? I have a Patreon, but I'm usually fully clothed. Typically. Maybe we can start an OnlyFans. I don't care. But there'll probably be just only me there. And my wife, just to make sure. She wouldn't be there. Never mind. Man. Okay. One is... the nose reminds me of a Willet rye, which is really good to me. It's like cinnamony, like a atomic fireball. but and like sweetness kind of coming through there with a spice. And the dill note people normally get on a high rye MGP is there. But to me, that's an enjoyable note. And it's just a spice to me. It's like a little bit of a twang. Like a twang right there. I like it. All right. Down the hatch. First sample. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right. Whoa. That's oily. Like really oily. Also, is that 107 proof? Did I do that right? Oh boy. Maybe my science was bad. My science might have been bad. No, my science was fine. I double checked it. That is so viscous for. All right. Shit. If that's okay, no matter what, that's right out of the gate. I made a little piece of paper for me to write notes, and my first note says, "Oh, yeah." What the hell is going on here? I just saw a bunch of red flashing in on me. Julie L., what the heck? When I found you, you old. Julie, thank you. You don't have to do that, but thank you. Jeez Louise, Julie. When I found you, you had under 300 subscribers. That was, yeah, that's, we were so honored to have been able to jump on this train when we did. You're such a great guy, Matt, and so happy you were going places, man. Thank you, Julie. You're awesome. I'm so, this community is the best because I meet people like you and Dan and everybody else. Like, you're all the best. This is, I mean, if this community sucked, if this were the fishing community, that would be like a $100 like a bill that says like Julia sending me a bill, which she probably could right now, a significant one. But it'd be like, you know, what does it say? Due upon receipt. That's the fishing community. The whiskey community, totally different. Totally different. Thank you, Julie, for that. Holy smokes. Bourbon Wrench is still kicking. I was listening into Trev on his live stream before this, and he only said that he was going to die tonight probably 50 times. Probably 50. So hopefully you're doing well, Trev. Drink some water, big boy. We need you nice and healthy for next week. Tonight was supposed to be a live stream. It was supposed to be a bourbon skirmish between Trev and Cam. I sent them both flights, and they were going to go head-to-head. World's top whiskey taster style, a competition. But Cam is under the weather, and I feel bad because nobody likes to be sick. It's not the bad one. He just got a little bit of a cold, but he knew he was getting a cold, and then he told Trev, even if I have the Rona, I'm still kicking your ass on Friday. Well, turns out Cam got tested, negative for the Rona, positive for the man flu. And that was enough for him to cancel, which is totally fine. There he is right there. There's the guy. Cheers, Matt. Off to bed because I'm a total weenie. But I got to get healthy so I can kick Trev's butt next week. Hashtag World's Top Whiskey Taster. If you guys aren't subscribed to Drums and Drams, Cam's the best. He's a great guy. Go and subscribe to him for sure. He's got a voice of an angel too. Makes me super jealous. Oh, Bourbon Wrench. Trev's slammed up. It's good. I like it. All right, we're going on to glass number 2. Oh yeah, that was the other thing I was going to do is the giveaway thing was the glassware, but then this is a kind of a milestone for me tonight. This is something that's really cool. So if this actually happens and comes to fruition and is available, I will make sure that one of the winners tonight gets one of these, one of the, the blends, the final rendition for sure. Yeah. And I think that there's supposed to be, depending on the blend, I think like a lot of bottles available. So it's really good. What the heck? All right. Okay. That smells like delicious light whiskey. If I have 20 milliliters, this is me questioning my math because this smell and tastes so good that I can't even believe that this is what happened. If I have 20 milliliters of whiskey at 100 and let's say 127 proof, I added I think maybe 4.5 milliliters of water to bring it down to 107. Is that accurate? In that range? Or am I way off? Because if I'm really close, then I'm sure I did it right. But if that's way off, then I probably did it wrong. So if you're out there and you're mathematician, let me know. But the nose on this is really, really, I like it. Okay. Now that I go back to it, it's calm. I took the top off of it. That's why it just hit me in the face like a light whiskey. Oh no, it still smells good. Mojo Bass and Bourbon. You challenge me every day. We'll do it, partner. We'll have to go bassing someday. We'll have to go bassing. This is more light whiskey heavy. It's obvious, but there's also that cinnamon, like a cinnamon red hot note coming through on the back end. And this honestly smells oily, which is really weird to say, but it sort of does. Oh, I'm screwing up here. Roger D, thanks for the super chat. Says sign me up for that. Thanks, Roger, for that. All right. This swirling, actually, I'm not sure if it's science or not, but it helps. And I always say that if you move your body like a cyclone or your glass like a cyclone, it makes you want to do it all night long. And that is not a song, unless it is, in which case, move your body like a cyclone. Well, it's just a good song. All right, I taste this one. I got to taste it. It smells so good, I'm afraid to taste it. What if it's whatever? All right. The hell? Okay, that's okie dokie. I can't eat that is the oiliest, sweetest rye whiskey. I can't even. The ingredients that they sent me I think I already said this, but I think 6 different light whiskeys, which might have been overkill because I should have watered those down to taste through those to find which one was the best, but I didn't think of that. I tasted through them at barrel strength, and there were some differences, but not enough to really pick them apart from what I could figure out. Oh, yes. Okay, so I was right. Okay, that makes sense. Whew. It's hard to, it smells and tastes. I guess that is 107 proof. That's just so pleasing. I'm glad that this is happening this way. Now the rest of them can be bad. Because if I have to choose between these two, I'm happy. So good. I'm getting 4.7 proof. It went up. I added water and it went up. Damn it, John. Do better math. Hey, Malcolm Brown says, can't wait to see what's up for your next. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, guys, hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button yet, hit the like button. That'd be awesome. I'm not sure how many likes we're at, but I'd like a lot of likes. That make us all happy. It's just 1 million likes. Is that Flo Rida? No, I don't think it is. He's probably in that song. Flo Rida and T-Pain are probably in that song. I don't think it's him, though. Hey, Dusty Dan's in the house. Congrats on 15K. Thank you, Dusty Dan. We did a live stream with him and Mash and Drum last week. It was so much fun. So much fun. So yeah, subscribe to Dusty Dan while you're at it. Look at that. Look at this one swirl. Look at that. Look. Tell you what, I mean, even if it doesn't taste good, it swirls good. And that's half the battle. Right there. It's a good swirl and son of a badge. Now you smell it first. What do you think? What do you guys get? Is it delicious? Does it smell good? No. Huh? Okay, this one. Okay. What in the world did I do here? This. This one's way different than the first two. I think I did these randomly, but I think that like I went to one end of the spectrum with a really high rye, and then maybe on the other end with like a high light whiskey, and I think this one is like high bourbon and high rye and very little light whiskey, I think. Huh, interesting. I don't know. It's like, you know those they're like Halloween candies. They come in like the orange and brown, like crappy wrappers. They're like the worst Halloween candies ever. I think they're supposed to be peanut butter, but they don't taste like peanut butter. They don't smell like peanut butter. That's what this smells like. With a little bit of, oh, now the rye's coming through. Now the rye's coming through. What was the starting proof again? Like around 127, I think, for one of them. I was just wondering if like that was somewhat close. Like I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but I wanted to make sure I wasn't like completely screwing it up. But no, I guess the first two are so good that I thought that I had to be wrong. Brax, Joe F. Yeah, I think Abby who inks. You're wrong. Not Bit Honey. Bit Honey is the worst. Bit Honey can go. No, Bit Honey sucks. Why would they even do that? The Bit Honey. No. All right, I'm gonna taste this one. This is number 3. Number 3 is kind of a mess. It's kind of muddy. There's like a lot happening, but it's not. Well, it's not bad. It actually shares some of the characteristics of both of those, but it's definitely not as pleasing or happy. Like Okay, number 3 is out. Number 3, although, I'll drink it for sure, but it's out. It's not in the running. Number 3 is not in the running. Sorry, number 3. You disappoint me. Who made you? Who did that? Oh, what an idiot! Whoever did that, they're fired. Just get rid of them. Cowtails are okay. Joe F. That's the best way to get put in timeout right there. Excuse you? Cowtails? Gross. I do expect an apology for that. Unbelievable. Cowtails are really good. See, Mark is like, easy, buddy. Take that down. Like, I'll send Mark Heishman after you, and he'll hit you with a Heishman trophy over the head for that comment. So mean. Cowtails are great. They're really good. Oh yeah, Abby, I don't want to lose a tooth. That'd be bad news bears. But it could happen, which is scary. Like, what if? Wow. Would you guys still love me if I had like 3 less teeth in the front? If a Bit of Honey took out 3 of my teeth or something? Oh boy, you probably would. Probably just get a few comments here and there about the whole tooth thing. Everybody else, you're all so nice that I'm sure that like none of you would even mention it. None of you, everyone would be like behind the scenes. They'd be like, just don't mention it. Just leave them alone. And everyone would be like, yeah. And then like one guy would hop in the chat and be like, Who's the fat drunk guy without teeth? And then everybody else will be like, that's Matt, but we don't talk about it. Andrew the Cannon Buchanan, congrats on 15K. Thank you so much, Cannon. Love all your content. Keeps getting better and better. Thank you, dude. I love you so much. Number 4 is different again. Weird. That's 210 proof for sure, 105% AVB. That checks out. Jay Armstrong, thanks so much. All right, Joe. We're good now. We're totally good. Just watch yourself. You have to I should put a disclaimer on the screen about what you're not allowed to make fun of. And cowtails is one of them. Except the strawberry cowtails. Yeah, I'm not gonna stand up for them. Will I eat a strawberry cowtail? Oh, yeah. But I'm not gonna go ahead and make fun of those. Any plans for that yummy Northern Harvest, eh? This guy? The Northern Harvest? I got one of those, and you know what? I haven't seen a whiskey tuber with a Northern Harvest Crown Royal front and center ever. And guess what? I don't know. It's okay. It's pretty good. It's not bad. I kind of like it. See what I'm doing? I just said proper 12's not bad, which is a step for me. And then I go on and say that the Northern Harvest, not that bad. They're both very low proof. We're making strides. I'm doing better. I'm being less spoiled. See? That's good. Oh, yeah, Nick Foles, the now and laters are a bad idea. Ken Runyer. I'm not quite sure what to think of this. This is like very cola-esque and also very like, they make like a Coke mixed with coffee now. They make one of those. They're like in the store. They probably won't make them for very long. But I bought a couple for the wife, and she took a sip, and I took a sip, and we were both like, that's pretty good. Then we each took another sip, and we were like, that's not good. But the smell on this reminds me of the Coke coffee deal. Kind of like it. Kind of like it. JG says, ADHD whiskey, 3 less teeth, whiskey becomes whiskey. Yeah. Huh. All right. 4 is the happy medium between 1 and 2. It's sweet and spicy. It's viscous. I like it. And there's a lot of like it's like, oh, toffee. That's what that is. Jeez, why'd that take me so long? Like the Heath bar, the inside of the Heath bar or the Score bar, it's like a nice, delicious toffee. Wow, that's so obvious, and I missed it completely. Figured it out though. Figured it out. Yeah, old school candy is candy that fights back, for sure. What's the thought on Jack Single Barrel Barrel Proof? I like it. It's really good. It's a great value. There's a note on it that is slightly off-putting to me on the very end. It's like some sort of like barrel tannin, or to me it tastes like a bitter red wine, and it's obvious to me and stands out a lot. But I mean, shoot. I don't think you can find them as like they're not as quite as available as they used to be, but I mean, it's a great deal and very delicious, a great sipper. And if the flavor profile is right up your alley, then that's like the best thing ever, because I mean, you used to be able to find it everywhere. Not so much anymore. Damn it. Why does all the good bourbon leave? Doubling down on Ken R's chat. Wild Turkey Rare Breed in the glass tonight. Heck yeah, Slacky Mac. Friggin' Slacky Mac. With a Rare Breed attack in his glass. Hey, Ginger Geezer's in here. Welcome. Friggin' Geezer. Greg Kinnar is scoring major points. Cowtails are the Michael Jordan of candy. Oh, I mean, that's the opposite direction. I mean, that's a 180. That's like, but hey, possibly. Maybe the Michael Jordan of baseball of candy. He's a professional, but he's in the major leagues, but not like Hall of Famer material, right? All right, let's go to 5. We ruled out number 3. 4 is still in the running because I am afraid that I may have blended something that is a blend of these 3 things that maybe they won't want to bottle. Like if something's like way too much light whiskey or way too much rye and not enough of something else, then I might think that 1 and 2 might be that way. But a 4, I feel like, has to be a better blend of stuff. I don't know. I'm going to keep 4 in the running, even though I don't think it stands the test of time against 1 and 2. I don't want to rule it out quite yet. Number 5. Okay. Number 4. Okay. Spicy bugger. Number 5 is a spicy bugger. I like that too. I like it. Oh, Gene. Okay. All right. You guys saw it here first. Gene says, "Don't worry about a damn thing." Okay. No, you heard it here. So that's straight from Gene's mouth. Hey, Gene just traveled all the way across the country to buy a Chevy Volt. Cheapest second generation Volt in the United States. And it's now owned by Gene. Congrats, Gene, on the newest car. He also told me about a delicious High West rye he had at the distillery, and it made me very jealous. Made my mouth water a little bit. Drew Furstenberger is back, bitches. JD Barrel Proof Rye. Let's go. What is a good indicator that your bourbon palate is developing? Asks Dave. I mean, it depends on where you start. Like when I first started drinking whiskey, the first blind flight I did was, I think it was like 3 bourbons and proper 12. No, it wasn't a proper 12. It was a different Irish whiskey. What the heck was it? It was an Irish whiskey. But I think 3 bourbons and an Irish whiskey. And then my first blind flight was, can I find the Irish whiskey? I mean, that's like the very beginning. Because at first everything tastes like death and just straight gasoline. But from there, it's like just being able to just pick up on like just any note, and then just remembering stuff, being familiar with things. I don't know. I think the first thing that I really noticed was nuts, like a nuttiness, like a Heaven Hill white label, one of the cheap ones, like the $7 one. I'm like, that tastes like straight, like the bad nuts. It's like the ones that got kicked out, that they didn't bag, they just liquefied them. That's what it tasted like. And oh boy, I missed. Abby says, perhaps a candy pairing, Heath Bar and a Great Pour. I would put a Heath Bar with this all day. Like absolutely, it would complement it really well. And Joe F says, if you come across the Rebel, drop the L, Distiller's Collection single barrel, it's delicious at a sub $40 price point. The Cowtails of Bourbon. No. I just have a bad experience with that, with the Rebel Yell Distiller's Collection. And it has nothing to do with the bourbon. The bourbon is actually really good. It just has to do with luck and what happened immediately after I bought it. So I think I might be, what's the word? Superstitious. I don't even pick up the bottle. It sits in a tote, and I'm afraid to touch it. I'm afraid that if I touch it, something bad's going to happen. That's inside the mind of Matt. somebody come get it for me. Just take it. I'm not touching it. Come get it. It's all yours. But I'm not responsible for anything that happens to you after that. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. KC Camo Down, who looks like he cannot drive a vehicle in his thumbnail. Not quite sure if he's on the road or not. It's hard to tell. When you blind flights, you always pick the expensive whiskeys like an idiot. It's a good point. Solid point. A lot of times, and this is probably going to blow your mind. Get ready. A lot of times, the more expensive whiskeys are using like older, better distillate sometimes. And generally, if somebody can tell differences, like nuances, or even a little bit, the bummer is when somebody starts, like if you pick something cheap, when you have a bottle of something very expensive and you realize that you're a sucker. But it's a good thing if you can pick, if the most expensive whiskey wins a flight. It's kind of how it should work, right? It's like if you buy a Mercedes, it's like the best Mercedes, and it's supposed to be like the extremely fast version. And then a Dodge Neon SRT4 from 2003 pulls up next to you at a stoplight and blows your doors off. You're like, son of a bitch. Thought I had a good one. But yeah, I am an idiot. I will not argue that. But that's not why. Everything else you can imagine definitely fits the bill, for sure. Dave's back, says, thanks, Matt. Since yesterday, every bourbon I tried tastes like candy. Of course. It's all candy up in here. All right, number 5. Let's taste it. It's delicious, too. That one seems slightly more muted. A little bit. It's like, it's really good, and then falls off a little bit. The MGP rye that's in here is very, what's the word? Dominating. The rye really dominates stuff. It kind of takes over the game. And just a lot of that's on the palate. Would I like less of that rye in there? In that situation, maybe. You know, the other ones, not so much. But this one was, maybe that one was the one with a lot of rye in it. That would make a lot of sense. I don't know. We're going to find out. Have someone get rid of it. That's a good point. But nobody around here will let touch it, because bad luck with them directly affects me real bad. Nobody should want that bottle. It's just it's just scary. You know, but whatever. But actually, what happened immediately after buying it was bad. But what happened days after buying it was really good. So maybe I should look at it the other way, possibly. Who knows? Bourbon Wrench is just chugging water. That's good. Down the hatch of the water. Down the hatch. I'm scrolling through chat. All right, we're good. Darrell Stewart's in the house, says, I'm late to the party, but what's up, y'all? Darrell, welcome in. Regan Darrell. Greg Knar, another super chat. Greg Knar just hitting up the super chats. Thanks so much, Greg. I feel like when your hair is, okay, I'll just skip that is. I feel like when your hair is short, you are trying to rock a faux hawk without trying to rock a faux hawk. It's okay to be sexy, Matt. Own it. When I got my haircut yesterday, the young lady who had to deal with this and like leaning over me and just, I feel uncomfortable all the time. But at the end of it, she's like, do you want any product in your hair? And I said, no, I have nobody to impress today, except for my wife. And she loves me no matter what. But then 20 minutes before this live stream, I looked in the mirror and I said, I have some people to impress. Let's faux hawk it up. Is it a faux hawk? I just put stuff in it, kind of like, whatever. It looks better than before. Before I had to like part it to make it not look like I was homeless. And we're good though. We're good. Okay. Oh wow. This one, Cornholio is in the house and says he is in the house. That's pretty. Just jumps right in. Okay, glass 6 smells great too. I am a sucker for light whiskey though. I dig light whiskey a lot, and that sweet, super sweet note that comes through as a light whiskey really gets me to just fall in love a little bit. I think I'm going to say 5 might be out. You know what? In a minute here, I'm going to A and B 5 and 4 to determine which one will move on and which one will rot with number 3. Oh, don't put it there because it's where your mouse is at, idiot. Talking to myself. I don't want to knock him over. Man, this smells good. This one smells like a really delicious, amazing, like baked, some sort of like a baked pie, like a crust of the pie. I can't tell which kind of pie until maybe I taste it. But it smells like that light whiskey's coming through with like a lot of sweetness, but it's also got a nice little baked note to it. Huh. Oh, man. Little pet. Okay. Hold on. I don't want to do that. I have to do it. My stylist is into the AM because they send me all these free shirts. Funny story, my 3-year-old last night said, "Why are you wearing that shirt?" I said, "Because I get paid to." And that was the biggest flex I've ever had in front of my 3-year-old. She was like, "It's bright." I'm like, "Oh yeah, it is bright. It glows in the dark. It's so bright." She loves it though. She loves it a lot. Whiskey Wiggle says, "Happy 15K. Okay. All right. We're going to have a problem tonight. The last three nights in a row, I've been trying to drink more water, but the last 3 nights I've been getting a Charlie horse in my hamstring really bad. And it was like right there. So if I disappear for a minute, it's because I'm on the floor, but I'll be back. I promise. But I want to get this up there. Oh, shoot, it's way back there. I'll get it. It's Old Carter America Batch 4 light, or it's their American whiskey, which is, I mean, it's no secret, it's light whiskey. It's very low. But I need the nose on number 6 reminds me a lot of this son of a bitch. Mark and Sherry Carter, if you ever watch this, I love you. Just so you know. We just send each other messages back and forth. Love messages. Like, tell Mark I said I love him. Sherry's like, all right, we'll do. Put that down there. All right. A little A and B action. This is the Old Carter swirl job. Wait a minute. No, it's not. Whoa, that is the proper 12. That threw me off really bad because I knew I put it in the Glen, and I picked it up and just huffed it and that's looking proper 12, baby. Okay? That's not what I was expecting. This is the Old Carter. Gotta leave, says Whiskey Wiggle, but thanks for the lullaby. Let's drink. Smash Madness. You know it's Smash Madness. Greg Kinnar paid for this. Smash Madness. Is this I don't know like what background David from the Shelf Turds has in like music stuff, but their song, their song, the Shelf Turd song, is incredibly catchy. The Shelf Turds theme song. And then he puts out the Mash Madness song, and my children are so upset with me. They're like, stop singing that. I'm like, you can't make me stop singing Mash Madness. And they're like, you can just stop it. And I said, how does it feel to be annoyed with loud noises and not being able to stop it? This is old Carter. It's old Carter. This is a... I mean, it wasn't wrong. I don't want to taste the old Carter, though, because it's very high proof. I almost tasted it. That would have wrecked everything. So 6. I think the nose on 6 might be... I don't know. This is exciting. Daniel Davis. I've had your chat on the screen for a while, but haven't read it until now. I'm going to read it. I screwed my hair up. What an idiot. Then I fixed it. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Congrats on 15K. Proud to have been along for the ride. Awesome, Daniel. Thank you so much for being in here. Cheers, brother. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the heck out of you. And then Thrasher comes in hot. Says, wow, 1 million views. Congrats. Can I turn my TV off now? Because I've had it on a loop for a while and wifey's complaining about the power bill. Yeah, you can turn it off, dude. You did it for me. You just did it. Appreciate that. It's funny, though, because back in the day when you have 1,000 subscribers and you need the watch hours, I was just looping everything. I'm like, come on, let's get there. Let's get the hours. And they don't add up as quickly as you think. Tim Evans says, congrats, Matt. I hope the Bardstown trailer rolls to Chicago. I hope so, too. And I'm hoping that, I think they're doing like some, it's like their mobile marketing unit. So like they're hitting up all these markets. But when the World's Top Whiskey Taster starts, like when we start looking for the next round of contestants, hopefully I'm aboard that son of a bitch. And hopefully that son of a bitch is in Chicago, the Windy City. And Tim Evans comes and I can grill him and hug him. And Uncle Buck too. Hopefully Uncle Buck is around when they get to Chicago. Joe F. Wish I cleared the shelf of Bardstown Discovery 4 when I saw it. It's good. The Discovery 4 is so good. But you have to like that flavor profile. It's a bit nuttier than the other Discovery series. And some people really love it and some people don't. I love it. It's like the perfect amount of nuttiness for me. So good. Joe F says, finish the old Carter, pound it. I can't do it when I'm actually in the middle of something actually pretty important to me. So this is pretty important. And I want to drink 139 proof American whiskey while I'm tasting this stuff. But I will later. Slacky Max says, I don't know Greg Kinnar, but he paid for this too. At least that is what I'm telling the missus. It's a good idea. Just let it, Greg did it. Put it on Kinnar's tab over there. Bert Ben. Had any of the old Carter single barrels? I've tried them at the Likes residence in Florida, and they were amazing. That's the extent of it. I'm hoping to get one at some point because they're really good. But yeah, I've tried them, and dang, heck yeah, they're good. He says he mentioned us to Mark and Sherry when he visited last week. Oh, yeah, they're the best. They're like some of the nicest people ever. They are. They're great. Come to Iowa. I've got a few reasons to go to Iowa, this being one of them. To hop in and say hello to John and friggin' Gene. Okay, I gotta taste it. Hopefully the palate, if the palate lives up to the nose, then it's gonna be a blowout. Like there's gonna be like a serious fight for number one. Whoa, okay. It was really good. And then it started to fall off. And then it came back like real, like it came right back, like hard. It came back hard, like real hard, and really good. And then did a bunch of funny things in my mouth, like in weird places. I think, shoot, my problem is that I have like not a lot of these here. So I might have to remake these. I don't know. No, I'm picking a winner tonight, at least temporarily, until I sleep on it. But that was good. I like that a lot. At first, I thought it wasn't going to be good, and then it got really good. I'm sorry you have to watch this. It's got to be really annoying. Oh, I saw. Jesus. Gene says, imagine blending a whiskey similar to Old Carter, but it'll sell for $40 to $45. I mean, that's right. And even if it was barrel proof, it'd be still considerably less. But yeah, that's a great point. So there's a price point on that bottle anyway. Also, it's $40 to $50 bottle. So there's that to look forward to. Also, I'll probably have all of them. Mom, what you talking about? Whimper and whine. All I ever hear from you is whimper and whine. Oh, I went up too far. That's okay, because I got to see Jean's comment and my mom's. Matt Junak, $5 super chat. I want to, before I get into my favorite three, I want to figure out which one of these two I like more so I can shun them. Have to go rub my wife's feet. Oh, dude, rub my wife's too. She's in a good need of a good foot rub. She's been on her feet for hours and hours. I'll do it. Never mind. I'll do it. I mean, she would have to be like, Matt? And you'd be like, yes. And she'd be like, my Matt? And then you'd be like, no. So super sorry. Different Matt. But that's a sign of a good husband. We rub feet. We do. Maybe it's a Matt thing. We just rub feet. Thanks for the advice. Congrats again on 15K. Dude, thanks for being in here. Rub them good, dude. Lots of lotion. Get the heel. Gotta put this part in here, right? The heel. For sure. Greg Knar says, all the super chats on Knar tonight. How's yeah? Avoid the C-bot types. They'll get you mashed up in no time. I have no idea what that means. Mount friggin' Everest. Eric McFarland says, will you be in the bourbon skirmish in this year's World's Top Whiskey Taster competition? I don't think that I compete again. I'll challenge the winner, obviously, just so I can be like, listen, congratulations. I love you. We're family now. But let's get something clear. I'm the best. And then they'll beat me handily in a tasting contest, and I will blame it on lack of sleep, or I just won't show up. One of the two. Chris Luddick says, enjoy seeing this, so why not do a blind? Oh, you're doing a blind too. Hells yeah, dude. That's a great idea. They're so much fun, even if you're by yourself. It's a great thing. Austin Phelps just picked up 2 bottles of Cat's Eye. So excited. Heck yes. Prediction number 1 and 4 says Mojo Bass and Bourbon. Well, no, 4 is not in the running. 4 and 5, I think, are out. Even though they're good. Can we taste 5? Yeah, no. I don't know. It's just funky. It's a mess. 5's a mess. Four is better than 5, for sure. So I think my order, my bottom 3 is 3, 5, 4. 4 is pretty damn good. 4 is good. I like 4 a lot. Don't go back to it, Porter. Come on. Focus. Jeffrey Gillum. There was once a man, they called him the Bard. He spoke of great whiskey to those near and far. His verse was so funny that King stopped to, geez, you had to throw a word in there. I was doing really well. Chortle? Is That can't be right. His verse was so funny that King stopped to chortle. His palate unrivaled by all us mere mortals. Okay, that's a pretty badass little thing you got there. I like it. I like it a lot, Jeffrey Gillum. And if I knew that one word, I feel like I would have nailed it the first time and I would have been very proud. What the hell does chortle mean? And you knew I wasn't going to get that. But you had to rhyme a word with mortals. And I see your predicament. For sure. My mom says, stop singing that. Remember? What, the Mash Madness song? I can't. Oh, the Whimper and Wine song. Yeah, that one. All right, those three are down. Have a little bit of water, and then find out which one is the king, which one reigns supreme. Honestly, I'd be happy with any of these three. I believe from the first tasting, they're all really good. I can't believe that that's what is possible for $40 to $50. And man, so good. The greatest spirits, he was their quarter. Okay, he's continuing. I'm sorry. To the greatest spirits, he was their quarter. The world's top whiskey taster. His name was Matt Porter. That is beautiful, and I love it. Great. I should be sending you money for that, Jeffrey. Thank you. That's beautiful. Like, I'm gonna sing. It's. I mean, once I figure out what that one word means, then as long as it's not offensive, I'm down. Scrolling down. All right, I'm gonna taste. Which one should I do first? There's not a lot left. I'm going to start with the first glass I sipped. I'm going to start with number one and then go down the line for sure. Is number one as good as I remember? Is it as good? Who knows? T. Hutch says, congrats on 15K. Thank you so much. We'll pick up the Obtainium blend whenever it's available for sure. It's not going to say Obtainium on it. It is Nassif Family Reserve. It comes in a bottle that looks a lot like the Pappy Van Winkle bottle, like the shape of the bottle. And I think that it actually might be that bottle, the actual same bottle, because I think it might be. But that's the shape of the bottle. So you're looking for that. It's more like that shape. It's not like the squatty Obtainium shape. And it says Nassif Family Reserve on it. And I'm sure that it'll be apparent that it's, the one. And I can't wait. That's so cool. What a cool thing. Number one. All right. Number one smells good. I'm going to compare noses first because there's very little of these left, and I'm not going to be able to go back and compare them. The nose on one makes me want all of it. The nose on two is very different. This is more of a rye cinnamony nose. This is more of a light whiskey, yummy McYummerson nose. Don't spill it. Third glass. It's like a mixture of both. I just want it all. It smells so good. I love it. I wonder, oh my God, why do I have to, okay. I guess we're going to pick one here, but taste number one. Let me taste number one. Man, that reminds me of a Willet 4-year rye. I mean, it's not like identical, but that's what that reminds me of is. I mean, and the proof is right there, like the Willet 4-year level. So, I mean, obviously, this is an American whiskey. It's a blend of 3 different whiskeys. But if you were to taste that, you would say it's a rye. And you'd partially be right. That's got to be one of the ones that has a lot of rye in it. Like a lot. It has to be. I have a sip of water and I go number 2. I'm not going to go number 2. I'm going to drink number 2. Let's be clear. Hey, Young Pai Chang says, should you ever head southwest, which would be, let's see here, southwest, okay, going south, turning right, and we're in, not Texas, southwest, like like Colorado or further south? What's under Colorado? Not Utah. Utah's next to Colorado. Where's Alabama at? Is it Alabama? Greenbow, Alabama. I don't know. My geography is almost as good as my math. Should you head southwest and find yourself in Arizona? If I were to continue to read, I would have actually answered my own question. Be sure to let me know. I will. We might be, who knows? My wife's a travel nurse. We're all over the place. There is a toasted sandwich place named Chiba Hut. I'd love to treat you. Arizona it is. Sign the paperwork. We're going. Toasted sandwich place. I could go for that. Oh, question. Okay, I have a very important question to ask. Super important. Actually, maybe the most important question of the night, aside from a couple others, but this is a very important one. Mojo Bass and Bourbon says, in popular opinion, whiskey getting younger and younger due to supply and demand. I think that, it seems as though Gene says the back label, instead of batch number, will say ADHD. Oh, it's like a secret code word. I like it. I like it a lot. That's super cool. Oh, okay. Before I get to, I'm going to read the super chat. I'm going to drink these next two. Okay. Does the video tonight look any better than normal? Nobody said it did. But for those of you who watch every week, is okay. And then also, like if you're watching on your device, does it switch it to 1080? Because this should be in 1080. What I did was, StreamYard is very expensive compared to a lot of things. And they have a 720p service, which everybody uses. And then I was like, will the 1080p be any, like 1080p, their service is twice as much. So I upgraded today to find, I was like, will it be that much better? So do I look twice as good? Or would you rather look at me in a lower resolution? What I'm saying is the price doubled from expensive to more expensive. And nobody has said a word, and I totally forgot about it until right this second when I'm like, how does it look? That's a question. Sandy McLean, thank you so much. Congrats on 15K. Well deserved. Appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. Looks awesome on my TV. Don't know about the video, but you look dashing. Oh, thanks. You can't get more than 720p on your... Only 720? What the heck? Oh, it's my angry face. Why would they do that? Only got 720? How dare you, StreamYard? Whatever. Slacky Max is disappointed to see the A121 comments, but believe every word. We have to wait for the next... You know what? I was slightly disappointed with it when I first tried it. And then when I blinded it against the Stag Junior, I was like, oh, it's pretty good. It's just different. It doesn't taste like Elijah Craig. It honestly does not taste like Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. It tastes like, I don't know, like a... You know how Heaven Hill's typically nuttier? Like you don't get all the nuts on Elijah Craig Barrel Proof that you get on other products from them. A121, you get that standard Heaven Hill profile, and it's just kicked up a notch to barrel strength. It's like Henry McKenna barrel strength, kind of what it tastes like. You know, a nutty one, but whatever. Why is it 720? That angers me. You know what? Scared money don't make money is what StreamYard said. And I said, I'm not scared. And then I upgraded heavy. And they were like, sucker, we're not doing anything. We're a bunch of jerks. OMJ can't be seen in public. Oh, wow. What the world? I'm going to put a cap back. Okay. Did I already taste number 2 again? I must have, right? Or did I just taste number 1? Oh, boy. I think I didn't. Okay. Oh, hey, did you guys see today that they're going to start doing barrel-proof picks of Elijah Craig? Like a 9-year? That's great. That is great. And I cannot wait. That's like the best news ever, aside from this and other things. But that's the best news. Heaven Hill. Congratulations, Heaven Hill. Let me extend my hand and shake yours and give you a thumbs up and say, good job, ma'am and sir, for doing that. Because incredible. 9-year Elijah Craig barrel proof. I said this about Old Forester and I was wrong. I thought the barrel strength Old Forester picks were going to be the best ever. I was like, I'm so excited. Turns out, tastes like lava. Tastes like lava mixed with radioactivity, typically. Some of them are different. Some of them are better. So hopefully I'm correct. And we're all correct when we say we can't wait for Elijah Craig barrel proof picks. They're younger, 9 years, but still, that's incredible. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. T Hutch. Oh, YouTube's at 720. 720. I'm gonna get my blood pressure up. My blood pressure is not supposed to get up, but that'll do it. I don't even want to tell you how much they charge. Okay, for their like premium service. For their premium service, it's to stream here with like your own logo and like 720p and like none of like it's $25 a month. And it's like, that's kind of steep, but it offers the ability to do what we do. So guess what? Bite the bullet. And then today I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll bite the bullet a little bit harder. $50 a month, which is way too much. And I wasn't going to stick to that plan unless it was tremendous. Turns out they didn't even change anything, but they billed me. Friggin' StreamYard. Going back to the old downgrade tomorrow. Ryan Parker says again, you are wrong. About the Old Forester? I'm not wrong. Abby Who Inks, the tattooist, says, you must have been watching me shop today when you posted that skirmish because I bought the Stag Junior and the C920. Oh, C920. The C920 is just like an animal. It's like a caged animal. And when you America the cork out of it, it's like just lots of good pores coming out of that son of a bitch. Oh, mediocre speller. Spelled wrong. Says, Matt for president. 20,720. If I make it that long, I'll run for sure. All right. Number 2, I'm tasting it. All right. That's my jam right there. Oh my gosh, that's good. What the heck? Okay. Number 1 was really good. Like I said, it had the willet characteristic to it that I really enjoyed. Number 2 is like something I like even more than that. That was like a vanilla frosting that, you know how let's say you get a cake from a bakery and they make the buttercream frosting and you're like, there's way too much frosting on this cake. You can't even taste the cake. Why would they do that? In cake, that's bad. But in whiskey, it's like you're not eating a whole piece of cake. You're taking sips. It's a sip of buttercream deliciousness. That buttercream son of a bitch. I love it. All right. Third glass. I think that this one, number 6, is more in line with number 2, but it could be wrong. Let's try number 6. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh boy. Oh no, I can't decide. If my wife is watching, I would love for her to come downstairs and do a tiebreaker. She probably wouldn't. But if she would, I would be like, oh my gosh, number 6 is good. That finish. Okay, number 6 or number 2? Or number 1. But damn it. This is hard because I love them both. And I love them a lot. What the heck? Says Drew Furstenberger. It's a good point. What in the heck? Okay, I'm going to straighten my leg out. Please don't cramp. Please don't do it. Oh, that's my knee. My knee. Oh, it wants to do it. Why does it want to do that? Okay. I have to pick one. 6 or 2. I'm leaning towards 2, but I'm leaning harder towards 6. If that makes sense. Six is spicier on the nose. 2 is sweeter. Taste 2 one more time. Oh, that's good. And then once I pick it, we're gonna go through the list and find out what's what, like which ones I liked more than the other ones. That's gonna be the fun part for me. Okay. Oh, the finish on 6. That's candy. That's so good. Okay. 6. It's 6. 6 was the one that I thought. That's when I pulled the old Carter out to like check them. That's yeah. Dang. Number 2, I'm sorry. I love you. And number 1, you were my first love, which wasn't hard for you to do, but you were still very good. And I'd be happy with you in any other situation. But unfortunately, number 1, you're in 3rd place. Number 2 is in 2nd place, which is a great place for it because number 2. And number 6 coming up from the back of the line all the way to the top, to the front. Super awesome and cool. All right. Okay. Oh, by the way, if anybody in chat, Tim Evans, I think you are one of them. Shayla from Whiskey Central. She did the fundraiser for Scotch Trooper last week. Excuse me. And 4 people paid extremely high amounts of money for a blend of mine. And I'm working on it. I want to make a cool bottling of it. So it's going to take me a little bit longer. It's going to take me a while to get the complete package done. But I'm supposed to make 4 750 milliliter bottles. So I'm taking whiskey from what I have from my collection here, and I'm just blending away. And I've got this guy here so far. It is like what I mean, like there's 750 milliliters. So there's enough in there for some, but it's good. It's really good. But I need to add a couple pieces to it that I know I have to add because that was part of the experiment. So I need to get a couple bottles because I don't have them. And when I went to get one, it was a store pick. I bought a store pick. And little did I know when I'd go back to get another bottle, it'd be sold out. Son of a bitch, right? Idiot. But anyway, I'm working on it. I'm literally blending around the clock, it seems. And it's a gallon jug. It's like, it's fun to carry around. It's kind of fun. But yeah, if it's something that I really enjoy. Is it a $400 bottle of whiskey? No, I don't think that those exist, especially coming out of my house. But it's going to be really good, for sure. But yeah, and thank you guys who did that, because all that money, you guys literally, you donated directly to Scotch Trooper's GoFundMe page, and to see $1,600 be donated, like just off of nothing, is so cool. So thank you guys for doing that. And like I told Shayla, it's just whiskey. Like I dump my whole collection out if it helps their family. They got kids, man. That's if it helps them, then I don't need that, right? So I'm happy to do it, and I just hope that it's not a disappointment when you get it. And I'll do my best to make sure that it's good stuff, for sure. All right. I am going to do the reveal here. That's not where it's at. The results are on my phone. This chucked my charger because, like, who cares? It's just a charger. All right, let's see. DC sent me a message. And we'll talk. Friggin' talk. DC, I got a message. We'll talk. Oh, RVA Whiskey says, just cuz. Thank you so much, dude. That's really nice. I appreciate that. And go into my notes. I've got a Samsung Note, so guess what? Friggin' use notes once in a while. And that's a note telling me that everything's going to be all right. And this is the note that's telling me about the blends, right? Where did it go? No. Okay. Whew. It was scrolled down. That's why. Perfect. All right. Oh, I don't want to look to see which one was the winner. In last place was number 3. Well, this is fine because I don't know, because it's number 3. Number 3 is, I think if I have to guess, this is just me putting on my guessing hat. I think number 3 is one that has lots of the 4-year bourbon, lots of the 4-year rye, and very little light whiskey. That's my guess. And it is letter F. And letter F is 55% 4-year rye whiskey, 35% 4-year bourbon whiskey, and 10% light whiskey. So I kind of, I nailed that one. That's what, it's not bad. It's actually good. It's like, it's a lot better than some $40 bottles. Like that's a good pour, but it's a little bit muddy. It's a little bit distressed. It's not as pleasing as the rest. The rest are like way better. So that one's out. You're out for sure. Sorry, hit the road. And then Mojo Bassenberg said 1 and 4. Okay, let's see if we get it right. Number 5 was in 4th place, and number 5 smells like, it smells good, but it doesn't smell as good as 4. The rest are like, what the heck? How does this smell so good? It smells like light whiskey. It's got to be heavy light whiskey. Oh my gosh. That's way, way, way better than number 3. But it's still in 4th place? Is that right? Good night. That's good. All right. Oh, I didn't check that. It's letter B. Letter B. I don't know why I looked at you like that. I have no idea. I can't believe it. Can you? No, because you don't know what it is. Neither do I. Sample B. Wait a minute. Did I get this one right? The first one? F? Yes. Okay. B is 55% light whiskey, 35% rye whiskey, and 10% bourbon. Now, here's the other kicker, the catch, is that these aren't all the same light whiskeys, not all the same bourbons, and not all the same ryes, because he sent me multiples. So, like, this might not be the same rye that was in the first one, or the same bourbon that was in the first one, or the same light that was in the first one. I picked which light whiskey I like the most, which bourbon I like the most, which rye I like the most, and I kind of just blended stuff. But man, geez, if that fourth place was bottled, I'd love it. It'd be good. It'd be great. But it's not the best, which is so cool. Mike M, congrats on 15K and 1 million views. It's a lot of views. It's a lot. Thanks, Mike. Keep up the great entertainment. I'll try. It's hard. It's hard. Sometimes I shoot I shoot a video, and then when it's done, I'm like, oh gosh, it's gonna be terrible. And then I edit it, and somehow people don't like hate me for it. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. Mojo88 Bass and Bourbon says, I have to ask Porter, how long did something on my beard? No, it's just a light. How long did you let these blends settle? Sincere question. No, it's fine. I blended them yesterday, and I added water to them this morning. So I proofed them down this morning. I blended them yesterday. So, I mean, this is what I believe. This is what I think. And if you feel differently, then that's fine. But people give me shit about the will it blend on my channel. They're like, you need to let them rest. You need to let them rest. Like, people are like, when I blend whiskey, I leave them for 6 months or 6 weeks or 3 weeks before I even smell them or taste them. And I'm like, why? Like, I've done it too, but like I've never put two things together and then tasted it and been like, that's absolutely horrific. Oh my gosh, that's bad. I'll let it sit for a while and try it again. Even if it gets 50% better, it's still bad, right? So I would rather blend two things together and taste it and see if it has potential. Like, oh, that's not bad. Let's see what happens. Or, oh, that's really good. It can only get better from here. But if you mix two things together and it's horrible immediately, why waste your time like coming back to it later? Even if it is better, it's still going to not be good. And that's not the goal. Unless you're making Evan Williams bottled and bond. In which case, it's probably what they do. Just saying. What the hell is this? I just saw this and what the heck? Good grief, Mark. You don't have to do that. Mark, thank you so much. From Des F and I, cheers to you, Matt. Dude, you already have done enough. You and Des from Foulmouth, Massachusetts. Freaking love you guys. Thank you so much. Hey, you know what? I've tasted through these, so I already have my winner. So this is either Proper 12 or Old Carter. It's Old Carter. So cheers. Thank you so much, Mark. Ding. Hit you right there. Ding. And Des, to you. That's hard. Wow. Good grief. 139 proof. Kicked right in the pants. It's good. Wow. That's good. Thank you so much, Mark. That's super cool. Where was I? It's a good question. Oh, fourth place was number 4, which makes sense. Foul mouth rules. Oh, Dieter Ling says, Matt, I tried that with my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and sadly it didn't get better the next day. Yeah, you have to put that in the fridge. You have to put it in the fridge. Oh, I have a question. This is a kind of a serious question, but not serious. So there is a podcast. It's called Whiskey Neat. It's with Christopher Hart. And he's on, he has a podcast and a YouTube channel, and he's also on ESPN radio in Texas, I think in Houston. And I was invited on his show, and we did like a little bit of a round table, me and Christopher Hart, and his business partner, and then Dan from the Bourbon Junkies. Excuse me. And we got into an argument about neck pores. And Christopher Hart, who is very knowledgeable, by the way, super smart guy, he believes that the neck pore does not exist. Like, that's not a real thing. That, like, let's say that you open a bottle and taste it and you're like, it's a little harsh. It's not like, I'll give it some time. And then you come back to it 6 months later and you're like, oh, okay, I like this. He says that that's not a thing. He doesn't believe that air changes whiskey. He says that science hasn't proven it. So people like me who talk about the neck pour are doing a bad thing for the community, or for people who are learning about whiskey, because what I'm telling them is false. And I told him that he was wrong because his science is bad. Right? Like, we've all experienced it. The first pour out of the bottle is different. Things change. It does. I know that science might say that it doesn't, but that's bad science. What do you think? What do you think? And if he did not make a big deal out of it, then I wouldn't ask. But kind of made a big deal out of it. So there's that. He just did. He's like, you're wrong. And I'm not a very good arguer. I'm not very combative or argumentative. But in my head, I called him like 4 names that were not nice. And if Mr. Hart, if you watch this, if you watch it, I'm sorry that I called you those names in my head. And there's that. Okay. People are basically, his argument is that the whiskey has been in a barrel for years, so all the oxygen it can possibly get is already oxygenated. That's the word. I don't know. But thank you for backing me up. Also, if you want to listen to that podcast, I think it's available now, and it's definitely available now. It's basically Christopher Hart and Dan Shook talking for an hour while I look for a spot to jump in, and then kind of do for a second. And then they're like, you don't talk. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I don't have, next time though, if I'm invited back, I will be more assertive or aggressive. I think I have to be aggressive with those guys. Assertive is not enough. I really have to push my way in the conversation. I found out. All right. Number 4 was in 4th place. Yeah, it's D. And D is 40% light whiskey, 35% rye, and 25% bourbon. So that was higher rye, higher bourbon, lower light. Still good, but not in the running. It's funny because that is good. Keith Rawling says, true, Matt. Thanks, Keith. So number 4, which was D. So this is kind of what I thought maybe what Gene wanted from me was 40% light, 35% rye, 25% bourbon. It's a blend of the 3, and they're all sort of equal, even though they're not. But I asked him earlier today, I'm like, hey, like, does it have to be close? And he's like, do whatever you want. So I did. And he said earlier, do whatever you want. So if my favorite is all light whiskey, then I'm so sorry. Third place is number 1. And this has got to be the very high rye one. It's got to be. Yeah. Number 1 is E. That's so good. Man, that tastes like a Willet. I'm going to keep these mashed. I'm going to keep these. Well, no, it doesn't matter because he's not going to have those barrels forever. But dang. Oh, I want to do one of those two. Number 1 is, what did I say? E. And E, yep, and yeah. E is 60% for your rye, 30% light whiskey, and 10% of the bourbon. And I've done this before with, I used Willet 4-year rye, 60%, mixed with 40% Optanium light whiskey, and it's so good. And that's, if you have those, if you have a Willet 4-year rye and a light whiskey, do that. Do 60-40 or 70-30. And it's tremendous. Rye to light whiskey, so good. But I think that it's third place. It's heavy rye. Heavy rye. And although good, it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my favorite. Whiskey Explorer says, what was Dan's opinion on the neck pour? Oh, Dan was on my team. It was me and Dan versus Chris. Oh, oh shoot. I feel terrible. I think his name is Drew. Gosh, Drew, that's not Drew. I'm an idiot. I'm going to tell you because I feel like I have to now. I definitely have to. Todd. Why would I say Drew? It's Todd. Todd Group. Drew. I was on Drew P's channel last night. That's why I thought that. Todd and Chris say that it's a myth. And me and Dan say you're totally wrong. Their argument is there's no science to back up the fact that it changes. And I'm like, I mean, if people are experiencing it, and like, there might be a few people who are like argue against it, but I'm pretty sure that most people say it's a real thing. So Dan was arguing strong on my behalf because I couldn't get in a word. Like, I couldn't talk. I was like, I'm trying to, but I can't. So Dan was fighting my battle for me. He did pretty good. Freudian slip. No idea what I said, but sorry if it was bad. I wouldn't have meant to if there was a slip there. All right. Let's see. Second place was number 2. And number 2 is A. And A is delicious, I think. All right. Shoot. This is kind of what I thought was going to happen. So A is 60% light whiskey, 25% rye, and 15% bourbon. It came out at 127 proof, and I added about 4 milliliters of water. 3.8 is what I added to bring it down to the 107. Yeah, that's what I did. But shoot, this is kind of what I thought was going to happen, unfortunately. And I think that the winner was a heavy light whiskey, I think. The winner was Glass 6, which was C. Oh, no. Maybe it is. I don't know. No, but yeah, it definitely was. Yeah. So the winner was. I mean, we can do this or we can do the other one. Doesn't matter. A and C. The winner was C, and C is 65% light whiskey, 20% rye, and 15% bourbon. So it was the ones that did the best had the most light whiskey, except for the first two did. So, the ones that did the best had a very dominant base. That's what I should say. So first place and second place had over 50% light whiskey. And then third place had very high rye. So there's that. I don't know. I'm going to send these numbers off to Gene, and he can tell me to rethink my strategy, or he'll say, whatever, we'll just do it. But honestly, if this is a real thing and it actually happens, which I'm sure there he is. My normal blends are 50% light, 25 rye, and bourbon. I mean, which one came in second? Second place was closer to that number, which was A. Still not exactly there. So my blends were 60, 25, 15, and then the winner was 65, 20, 15. So the 5% difference in light whiskey made all the difference to go from second to first place. I got close, but I just upped the light whiskey. It's just my flavor. It's what I love. It's so good. It's so good. 65, 25, 15. Did I say that? No, 65, 20, 15. I'm sorry. That's 85. That's 100. And then the other one was 60, 25, 15, which is 100. Yeah, sorry if I misspoke, but the math is all right. It's all there. But, I mean, shoot. I don't know if that's a blend that they'll do, but if it's a blend that they'll do, then I'd be thrilled because that's friggin' delicious. So I didn't expect the viscosity and like the oiliness of that light whiskey to really shine through when I added water to it. When I put water in it, I was like, oh, that's a lot of water. This isn't going to be good. Turns out, really good. Dang, that's so good. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm going to have to remake those things. Super good. Super cool. I'm glad I did this tonight. This was so much fun. I enjoyed it so much. Gene says, I'll do it. Just send it to me and we'll get it done. Oh, hell yeah. Yes. Dang it. Gene, I love you. You're the best. Gene's also a lawyer, and I imagine that he knows all the ins and outs of everything. I trust him very much, kind of in every aspect. So he's a good guy to know, I think. Unless, of course, he's one of those shady guys. If he's shady, then I don't know anything about him. But he seems like a straight, right down the middle kind of guy. And thank you so much for like letting me do this. It's funny because these samples arrived on Wednesday afternoon. And then yesterday he sent me a message. He's like, do you have a blend yet? And I was like, oh shit, I better like really start getting on this. We need more whiskey YouTubers to do this stuff. It's great. I mean, okay, Gene, it's really easy. You just say, hey, do you want to do it? And everybody would say yes. There's a difference between like, man, the 4-year rye you sent me was tremendous. The light whiskey, like the pieces to the puzzle were all very good. It's not like I opened up something and was like, oh no, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I opened it up and I was like, if I screw this up, it's my fault because all this stuff is so good. I don't know. This is great. Don't let Sean take a blend. That's a great idea. Awesome. Yeah, Bird's House. Eugene is Cat's Eye. Eugene is half of Cat's Eye. John and Eugene. And Gene is the Optanium genius. No pun intended. All right. Let's find out together if anybody was keeping track of super chats. If anybody was keeping track of super chats, then raise your hand. If not, I'll do it the old-fashioned way. And that's the way it'll work. So we'll find out in a second. That was so cool. I didn't know what to expect. I really didn't. And I couldn't be happier. Really, like, honestly, if I were lying, you would know. I'd be like, well, so this went really well tonight and very happy to be a part of it. But no, I'm actually very, like, if my math was correct and whatever was in that glass is in that bottle, then absolutely, I stand behind it because I'll buy them all. I'll be in serious debt, but I buy them all. So good. Abby Winks wants a bottle of it. But yeah, Haskell's has it. I think there's some there right now. All right. Doesn't look like anyone is keeping track of the chats, which is great. And I'll do it the old-fashioned way. No problemo. Dang, these are good. Put all these glasses over here, and I'll get a piece of paper the old-fashioned way. Okay. Go into the other tab. Bear with me for a second. Whiskey Explorer says, are you settled someplace now? The bar set up and background is looking good. Oh, no, I'm not settled at all. I'm in a rental. I'm in a basement of a rental. This cabinet looking thing was in the basement next to the washer and dryer, which is over there. And honestly, it's like every time we move, we've been moving like every few months. It's kind of like a challenge. Like, let's make this look good or make it look better than before. So all of this is like super temporary. It can be torn down in a matter of minutes. And yeah, we're not settled at all. We're in the beginning of a new contract for her nursing, her travel nursing. But I'm sure we'll be settled soon. We kind of have to be. Our kids need to go to school at some point. Young Pai Chang says, I'm having my first pour of Blanton's right now. A store pick. Months into my bourbon journey, and it's a bit of a disappointment. It's a bummer. It sucks because all the hype, right? It's good. It's great. I mean, it's good bourbon. It is good. But not when you're like really looking at it like you go into it with high expectations. It lets you down. It's a bummer. James Morgan says, you need some sober judges on your panel. Sorry, mate, not me. I don't need other judges to tell me what I like. That would be a bad idea. And let's see. This is a problem with me because sometimes I might seem like I'm way worse than I am, but I'm not. I mean, I'm not. But what time is it? 12:12? Yeah, it's late. I'm tired. I do these too late. And then I'm talking the entire time. My mouth is dry. I start to slur words, not because I'm inebriated, but because I could use some water. There were 20 milliliters in each bottle. 20 milliliters times 6. What's that? 120 milliliters is how many ounces? What is there, like It's probably enough, right? Yeah, it's probably pretty good. Was it 50 milliliters is 2 ounces? Is that right? So over the course of 2 hours and 50 minutes, I didn't finish them all. Oh, the old Carter, though, and the proper 12 got me. I'm fine, though. You shut your mouth without sober judging. Chris Luddick says, I've done a barrel tasting with John, and the products they have and products coming are amazing. We need to go back for a custom blend as well. That's super cool. Bettendorf, Iowa. Gene says he's trying to figure out how he'll distribute it. Likely send it out to a few shops who ship. That's awesome. That'd be the best. That's the easiest, right? Definitely the easiest. Oh boy. Let's see. Young Pai Chang says, let me add 6 samples of Blanton's Trevor's store pick tonight's spoils then. I'm doing this myself, so it's gonna. I appreciate it. Let's do that next week. This week is hard because I'm doing it by myself. There's nobody who's been keeping track of these, so I'm gonna do it by myself here. 4 ounces. 4 ounces. I weigh 311,000 pounds, and I did not drink before it, so it's very difficult to talk to a camera for 2 hours and 20 minutes straight while drinking whiskey and then sound great the entire time. Some people are good at it. Jason from the Mash and Drum, great. Fantastic. I don't know. I'm falling apart, aren't I? Just kidding. Let's see. I'm going to find, oh, there it is. All right. 200 people still in chat. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love you all so much. We are finding the area I need to do for the super chats. Excellent connection, it says. Heck yeah. Way to go, connection. Viewer activity. There it is. So, 3 glasses and the promise of one of these bottles is what we're doing. So the first, what I'm going to do, oh, there it is. Perfect. Can you hear this? It's a scroller. I'm scrolling up and down, all the way up and down, all these super chats. And I'm looking at you. When I stop the scrolling, whoever the mouse is on is a winner of one of the glasses, and they can pick the glass that they want. So here we go. And I am stopping now. The first winner is Nicholas Jones. Nicholas Jones, I'll write your name down. If you're in chat, you have won your choice of ADHD whiskey glassware. That's a glass. So email me. If you're a winner tonight, email me adhdwhiskey@gmail.com and tell me that you won and what you won. I'll double check it, and then we'll go from there for sure. All right. Second glass. Scrolling, not looking at all. But I feel like I should at least talk into the microphone. Scrolling. Second glass belongs to Bourbon Baller. Bourbon Baller, you are the winner of the second glass. Actually, this is way more fun than picking a number because I get to scroll the ball. That's good. I like that. Bourbon Baller. It's a fun name, and he's always in chat. Bourbon Baller is a winner of a glass. Boom. Whiskey Samurai says, congrats again on 15K. Thank you so much. All right, third glass. Smash Madness. You know what Smash Madness. You know that I can't. Smash Madness. All right. Winner of the third glass is Where's my mouse? Right there. I can't see the name because it says Greg Kinnar. You want a whiskey glass, which actually pretty good odds considering the number. I mean, right? Greg Kinnar. Congrats, Greg. You win your choice of an ADHD whiskey friggin' glass. All right. The meme master. All right, let's do the final one. I'm scrolling in chat. I'll scroll over to the thing. Here we go. And it's moving. And I'm scrolling. This one is for. This isn't going to be sent right away. It can't be. You can't pick it up right away. You can't get it right away. It's not even a done thing yet. But in the future, when it's available, you have my word that you will get one on me. And it belongs to. I could do this all night. Greg Kinnar. It was pretty close. It was pretty right. Greg, you won a glass and the bottle, the blend. So congrats. You'll get the glass right away. The other thing will not happen for a while. And I'll tell you what. There's just like a little. It's like the Wheel of Fortune where it's like common sense. You were so close. Common sense almost won, but Greg Kinnar won again, which is well deserved. Thank you so much. That was fun. I kind of like that. Gene has had the bed. Message me the formula. I'll message you the formula. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Gene. This was so much fun. I had a great time. We celebrated like it was nobody's business, even though we didn't. It is the 15,000 subscriber celebration. It is, you know what? It's a celebration. We're having a great time. I'm going to pour just a little bit. And if anybody has any questions, like this is I was going to end the stream. This has gotten me in trouble before. So I'm aware of it. But if anybody has any questions or just wants to BS a little bit, feel free to ask me some questions here. And I'll stick around. What time is it? 12:21. I'll stick around for 20 minutes and we'll just BS a little bit, answer some questions, and that's it. So at 12:41, I'm going to call her quits. But let's BS a little bit. Anything. What you got? Pretty much talk about anything except for politics and religion and politics, pretty much. What should I pour? What should be my last pour of the evening? It should be... I have no idea. Here we go. Boom. This is what it is. Oh, did you hear that? That's a good one. Finishing the evening with a gift from one of my favorite people on the planet, DC. Thank you for this All Fits 15. Let's go there. All right. This is one of the bottles I never drink. I mean, I have, but I don't drink like very, very, very seldomly. Because when it's gone, it's gone. And I really, really enjoy this stuff. So Joe says, pound the old Carter. I'm not going to pound the old Carter. Okay, here we go. Mike M., what's your pour for St. Patrick's Day? What day is St. Patrick's Day? Who knows? It's not like... I don't really have a special pour for stuff like that. And what day of the week is that? That's a good question. Proper 12. Because why not, right? It's the only Irish whiskey I own. The only Irish whiskey I own is a proper 12 that spent a proper 12 months in the trunk of a Corolla. Oh man, that's good. Univ Poke says, can you please give a small redo of Stag Junior Batch 15 to Electric Keg Barrel Proof Batch H121, unblind, real quick? If I would have seen that before I poured this, then I might have, but probably not tonight. Next week, remind me. Next week, tell me that I told you I'd do it next week, and we'll do it next week. Oh, that's what I'll do. Next week, Trev and Cam will be on. Trev from the Bourbon Wrench, of course, and Cam from Drums and Drams. They'll be on. I will be drinking with them through a flight, but remind me next week, and I'll do that while they're doing their flight, for sure. That'll be a great time for it. My favorite rod? Gosh, that's a great question because a lot of the rods I have suck, and I've wanted a good fishing rod, and then I think I have one and I spend a decent amount of money on it, and then the tip breaks off when I try to put a lure on the old hook keeper. I'm like, why would I don't have a favorite rod. I really don't. I'm more of a spinning reel guy, if that's weird. I'm more of a spinning reel guy. When blending, what size pours do you start with? Says Tim. I guess I don't understand the question. When blending, what size pours do you start with? Well, so with this cat's eye thing, and then with Bardstown Discovery 5, what I would do was make 10 milliliter blends. So I'd make it's actually really easy because it's easy to do the math. So it's like if I want 35% this, then I just put 3.5 milliliters of this in it, right? So it's a very small amount. But if you put it in one of those wee Glencairns, then you can nose it and taste it and find out if it's worth making a bigger size of. Oh, with the cat's eye stuff, I did 20 milliliters though, because I knew I was going to do it live and I wanted to be able to go back to it. So 20 milliliters, I was like 35% of that. I just double it because mathematician. Start small. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Unless, of course, I'm like, right now, someone was like, does this blend? And, who cares, right? Just having fun sometimes. Or if you're really serious about it, you can get as serious as you want. Favorite Irish whiskey? I haven't really dabbled. I'd love to taste through more Irish whiskeys, but I just haven't gone down that road, but I will eventually. And when I find good ones, I'll let you know. The long pour fake out with the old Fitz. Yeah, I realized that I've been off my game lately, and I was not comfortable pouring that all over myself tonight. Favorite type of fishing? Bass, panfish, trout. I love bass fishing. Bass fishing is very popular and it's enjoyable. But so I'm from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and we're on the southern shore of Lake Superior. And one of my favorite things to do is find a spot on the shore of the Great Lakes, the greatest lake, Lake Superior, and just casting offshore in a rocky area where there's like a mouth of a river coming out in the spring or the fall, and steelhead come in and salmon come in. There's gobbling up fish coming out. Man, casting from shore for steelhead and salmon in Michigan's Upper Peninsula has got to be my favorite. I enjoy it the most. Lose lots of lures and rocks though, fortunately. Would you ever come to the UK and join us for a night of intoxication? Well, hell yeah. I mean, I don't know how I'd get there. I don't think I can drive. But, I mean, hypothetically, totally in. Hypothetically. Colin Murray Bain says, so we know you move around a lot. Is there a city state that you have enjoyed the most and why? Related to whiskey, how does the moving around impact you getting rare bottles? It's weird because I like a few things about a lot of places. Upper Michigan is my home. Like Upper Peninsula of Michigan is my home. But you can't find work there. There's no work. Like there's no people, but that's what makes it so nice. It's like it's so secluded. It's beautiful. The summers are amazing. Like the Great Lakes are right there. But there's just hard to make a living there. Seriously, like very hard to make a living. And the winters are super long. So it's like the dead of winter, like 7 months out of the year. And it sucks. Lower Michigan, a little bit better, but not as beautiful and more people. Colorado, like the western slope of Colorado is beautiful. There's family there. Mountains are nice. Fishing. Bourbon hunting's not bad. Kentucky, beautiful. Bourbon hunting, not great, which is weird, but it's the bourbon capital of the world. I don't know. I'd like to probably settle in Kentucky or Colorado, probably. I'd say Florida, but I'd probably melt all over the floor in Florida. Dramhound, thanks, dude. Nice to see you. I love you, Dramhound. You're the best. Freedom's going to the UP in a couple of months. Matt, go to fishing at Little Bay to Knock. Awesome. Heck yeah. Yeah, my parents live on Little Bay to Knock. Yeah, so that's right on Lake Michigan. Great fishing, lots of fun. The outdoors in the UP is the best. Oh, that's good. I don't understand how people don't like that. The 15-year-old Fitz is fantastic. So stinking good. Scrolling. All right, I think that's about it. The Lamborghini to the UK. I can take a Lamborghini all the way there. The Lamborghini doesn't have rudders or an outboard motor. Jameson Stout cask strength. I've had that before. I really enjoyed that. I like the Stout more than the IPA for sure. The IPA was good, but not as good as the Stout, I think. George Higgins. I'm a new sub. Congrats on 15K. Thank you, George. Love your content. I'm a cigar smoker, whiskey drinker, thinking of starting a channel. Any advice? Just do it, man. George, if you're thinking about it, just do it. And like we'll support you 100%. This whole community is amazing. But if you don't start, then you're never going to start. So make a video. Shoot a video from your phone that's terrible. And when you rewatch it, you'll hate yourself. You'll say, I look terrible. The sound is terrible. Everything about it is terrible. But if you don't upload it and grow from it, then you'll never do it. My first videos were bad, very bad, just like everybody else's first videos. So you have to start somewhere. So just start. Just do it. Tomorrow, use your phone. Make a 1-minute video. And just upload it to YouTube. That's a start. If you don't start, you'll never start. So that's the way it works. What was the first bourbon that you really opened your eyes? Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Can't remember the batch. But a lot of the lower proof stuff when I first started drinking bourbon was not great to me. I got a lot of ethanol off lower proof bourbon. The flavors didn't come through. It was just unappealing. But I tried an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, little sip of it, and just the flavors. Like I could handle the heat. It's hot, right? It burns, it warms you up, but the flavors were tremendous. And that's like the first thing that I was like, okay, that's what bourbon's supposed to taste like. And then I was like on board from there for sure. So good. Scrolling. Smallmouth, the best fish. Smallmouth are fun. My personal best smallmouth is like 3.5 pounds, I think. Not great, but it was fun. They're fun. Still scrolling. I think that's about it. Aussie Whiskey Guy says, "Hey Matt, just arrived. Huge congrats on the 15K. Thank you, Aussie Whiskey Guy. Appreciate you for coming in here. Friggin' summertime in Australia. I'm super jealous. Is the Birdhouse BMX chat stuck on screen? Oh, my bad. That's probably been there for a super long time. You were like a Remy in Ratatouille. Probably. Jeez, sorry that was on there. Do you enjoy the hunt for the hard to finds? Of course, that's what. I mean, it's funny because you walk into a liquor store and whether it's like a store that you're familiar with that you've been to a lot or a new store that you've never been to before, it's like it's delivery day. It's the store I always go to. Who knows what they got? And then in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, I'll stop at a store, I'll walk in, and I'll walk out in like 10 seconds. But right before I walk in, there's like a glimmer of hope. It's like it's the excitement. It's the hunt, right? Just like anything else. But yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, it very rarely pays off, but it's still fun. Oh, phenomenal Aussie accent. Thank you. No, it's very poor. Very bad Aussie accent, but sometimes it rolls off the tongue. Great salmon in Ludington, and then hit the trout in the Pier Marquette. Is this like can you do any shore fishing, like fishing from the pier or what? Like I know Pier Marquette. Oh, that's in Ludington. I think the Pier Marquette is in Ludington. Yeah, I mean, if I could, it's hard because with the children and then like, I don't have the luxury right now to be like, see you later, gonna go fishing. It's like, I've got so much responsibility around the house and then with the channel but one day, oh yeah, I'm gonna just lose a bunch of lures again, like I used to do every day. Do you feel obligated to buy something every time you go into a liquor store? No. Oh my gosh, no. I rarely buy. I very rarely buy. I walk in and I look around and I say hello, I'm nice, and I say thank you, have a great day. If they say, what is there anything I can help you find? I just say, just checking out your bourbon, see what you got in, see if there's anything new on the shelf. I mean, I don't feel obligated at all. If it is a store that I frequent and that I'm like, that I love, and like there's people that work there or who own it that I enjoy their, like, if I feel like, if I'm tied to a store, how do you word it? Like, it's just like the Whiskey Tube community. Like, I'm patrons of people and I super chat people just because that's what we do. So yeah, if I'm like friendly with a store owner and like we get along, that's where I'll buy my soda, or that's where I'll get a bag of chips, or that's like, I don't feel obligated, but it's like, yeah, I'll spend some money there. Even if I don't buy bourbon, I'll buy something, Lotto, or I don't know. E-cigarettes, maybe, probably not. All right, we got 5 more minutes if there's any. Whoops, bang on the table. Liberty not licensed. Have a great night. Love you, buddy. Keeping the lights on. Porter is down to earth. I'm just a guy who. Brad Stevens bought 3 bottles of Kentucky Owl 100-year celebration of probation. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. Brad, I love you. This might be the first time we've ever spoken. Unless it's not. But if it is, I love you. Matt. There you go. He just fixed it. Bought 3 bottles of Kentucky Owl, 100-year celebration of probation. Will never open the one I kept. I mean, I think that's normal. Like, that's $1,000 bottle. The dry state is $1,000 bottle, and it was really designed for that, just to have on your shelf and to open it at some point to celebrate something, or to like. It's great bourbon. I've had it. It's very good. But I think that was like the idea behind it was like a celebratory, or like kind of like a trophy thing. And that's normally I say open it and drink it. But with that one, I think that was the reasoning behind it was just something special. So maybe open it one day, just open it one day. Way to spread the love, says Abby, who inks. We need more of that in the world. Abby, I want a gigantic sleeve. I want a sleeve of bourbon bottles and dragons and roses that are hybrid. There's 4 of them, and they tie right in with the bourbon. So sign me up for that. Des says, I just started hunting and I'm bad, real bad. You're bad at what, hunting? I mean, what do you walk in and you're like, you can't be bad at hunting. The dog father sounds bad. Abby is just outside of Chicago. Oh, which way? I used to live in Chicago for like 4 years. I lived in Logan Square. And being from Michigan, from like very rural Michigan, I thought I could live in Logan Square in Chicago and work at a TV store in Naperville. And I did that. And I was like, that was a really bad idea. Because like it takes longer than driving in the country. A little bit longer. Yeah. All right. Have you tried the SCN24? I don't know what that is. Is that the new Maker's Mark one? It sounds like a Maker's. All right. If SCN24 is not one of the new Maker's Mark, like special releases, then forgive me. Because that's what they're doing, is making you super confused with letters and number combinations. This sounds like a Maker's Mark, and I do not know if it is, but it sounds like it. Any plans on visiting New England? Dramhound, if I will do whatever they want me to do, as long as like I'm available to do it, and if they're willing to have me. What I'm afraid of is that I'm going to get into the Bardstown Bourbon Company like mobile marketing unit. We're going to leave Bardstown. And we're going to hit Louisville, and they're going to be like, get out. Just don't come back. If I make it all the way up there, I'd be thrilled. I'll try my best to behave myself. But yeah, I'd like to. When was the last time you were in Logan Square? I moved over from the UK about 2 years ago. Love it. 2010, 2009 or 2010 was when I left there. Maker says 007 code names. The new Makers is FAE1? Why would they do that? Whoever's in charge of that program needs to like take a deep breath and rethink things. Because it's it's super confusing. Alexi Tokner says, dude, I tried the Discovery Series 4 and it was awful. Okay. I had to force it down. All right. It did get me drunk. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof was way better. Maybe I got a bad bottle. I mean, it's just what didn't you like about it? That's actually probably the best question. So I would think that if you really, really enjoy Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, that Discovery 4 is different, but it's not so different that you would not enjoy it. I could see you being like, listen, I loved Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, but I tried Maker's Mark Private Select and hated it because they're different. But the Discovery 4 is Kentucky bourbon with like the vast majority of it being way over 10 years old from very similar distilleries. It's a great blend. It's kind of nutty, just like Elijah Craig. I don't know how you'd make the jump from loving Elijah Craig to hating Discovery 4, but I mean everybody's taste. It's subjective or objective or whatever that word is in this case, in this scenario. And if you don't like something, you don't like it. But you're wrong. And I still love you. Just say, give me to Pappy if you're bad at hunting. That's right. No, but you should say, bring me to Pappy. It rolls off the tongue better. You walk into a store, you look at the clerk, and you say, bring me to Pappy. And they say, we don't have any Pappy. And you say, yes, you do. And they're like, we do not. We've never had Pappy. And you're like, I have watched several dozen YouTube videos on body language, and I consider myself a body language expert. And you're lying. Because when you said that you'd never got Pappy, you kind of like just moved your shoulders a little bit. And moving your shoulders in that manner is a telltale sign of a fibber. And if I don't see the Pappy in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to go find it myself, and I'll bring me to Pappy. That typically will work, even if they never move their shoulders, because they're pretty good liars, because they hear it every day. I've never, ever succeeded in getting one, by the way. All right, Mom's going to bed. That means I'm going to bed. Good night, Mom. I'm out of here, too. I love all of you. This was great. Does this line work? I'll try it tomorrow. It does work. And listen, if you want to skip the words, I sell a t-shirt that says, bring me to Pappy. It's in the description below. You click on the store link, you go to the Teespring, and you say, bring me the shirt that says, bring me to Pappy, and you buy it. Then you don't have to say anything. You just walk in the store and the shirt speaks for itself. You probably still have to talk to them, though. All right, everybody. Almost 3 hours deep. I had a great time. I'm very, very thrilled with these blends and super excited about what actually comes out on the other end. Super cool. It's an American whiskey. It's not traditional bourbon profile. It is very sweet. And if you enjoy light whiskey, you'll like it a lot. It's super good. But yeah, cheers, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you next Friday with Trev and Cam when they go head to head with the flight they sent them. And I will be bad cop because it's world's top whiskey taster style. We're going to grill them and find out what they know about whiskey. Can they answer the questions, the hard questions? Probably not, and we'll all laugh at them. But then we'll apologize because that's not nice. All right, guys, love you all so much. I will go to the others tab and broadcast. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on blending ridiculously good blends and surprising yourself. And then going to bed because I'm tired.